What's up, YouTube? This is Trey with Postmortem. Hope y'all been enjoying y'all's 4th of July holiday. I figured I'd take this opportunity to show y'all a project I've been working on. I got a trailer from some friends of mine that needs a lot of work. It's a rust bucket, if I'm being honest. We'll start right here. It's got a big old dent in it, a couple spots. Gonna heat that up and beat it out. Got this weld seam, a lot of water getting in there. Need to weld it all the way up. It just had stitch welds, and it needs to be a solid weld across through there. You can see where some of that water damage was getting down to the metal right here. I'm gonna cover that up, patch it up a bit. And I got the tires off and got on some center blocks so I could get under it, check it out. And the main spot right here, this big old gap, is caused from this metal that is rusted out, and it's causing this angle to rust out, and the boards behind it are rot out a bit. So I'm gonna be covering that up, patching it up too. Probably get under there and paint it up a bit. Definitely don't got no paint left under there. Something like that. Straighten that out. Get some more weld put back on these beads that cracked. The roof rusted out down that middle seam. Gonna get it repaired, get it painted up on the inside here. And they tried to get a horse in here, and it apparently whacked its head. It's a little short, so I'm gonna raise that to about 6 inches higher than what it is, so 6 foot 6 inches. The boards, I put down some plywood, the previous owner, over some other boards, and really don't need to do that because you need water to drain out of it, but yeah, it'll make it for now. Got a kick plate here that could be put back on. I don't know if it ever had one, or when the person who put these angle on there just didn't put one on, didn't have the plate. I got some diamond plate I'll put there. You can see more of that rusted out metal. And maybe even replace this if I have time. That's kind of rusted out down through there. But I'll just show y'all bits and pieces of my work as I get it done, and maybe it'll give y'all some ideas if you have a trailer repair to do yourself. Alright, I've made it to the midway point of my project. Figured I'd show y'all the progress I've made, some of the tools I've used. First off, I had this propane tank, this burner here. Even without oxygen, that gets plenty hot enough to beat and bang out some dents that you might run into. You don't gotta put everything you got into it. Just get your metal nice and warm, and you can beat it out like I done here. And you kind of see where the paint was a little different when we started grinding it. I went and got this weld seam welded up. Thin metal. So in that case, I used some small 6011 rods, and for some bigger welds, I used some 6013 rods. The welder I got is a Lincoln Tombstone welder, and I've added some quick connects to the leads so I can get a lot more length out of it. Came with about 10-foot leads, now they're about 25 foot. Carrying on, as you can see, a lot of this paint has been ground off. Had some help with that. We had some grinders with used to have wire bristles on that, but wire connects for your grinder. Put some kick plate on the trailer back end here. This is where I use the 6013 rods. They were 1/8 rods. They're low penetration welding rod, and you had some of this angle that's not very thick, so that's why I wanted to use that kind of rod for it. I went over it and finished it out with some 6011, some of the tough spots. Just see more of the progress here. Yeah, I had this come along on there earlier in the day, where that angle that had been crooked, I was able to pull it out, and you can see the welds kind of where they bled through on the back end of that plate. Got that pulled straight with that. And another interesting thing y'all might want to know, my boss, he showed me how to do this. Let's see. Yeah, I had an old boss in a fabrication shop. Showed me if you got some of this angle that you can tell it's a little bit wavy here where I straightened it out. But you get a crescent wrench and open it up. You put on that metal and you can pull it, straighten it out, and get it where you want to. That's a handy little trick if y'all need it. And taking a look around this side, you can just see where more of it's been ground. Wouldn't hurt to get these bearings greased. And that kind of sums up the midway point of my project. I'll show y'all when I get it painted. Alright, I just got done with the painting. I still got a lot of final touches to do, but just to give y'all an overview where I'm at. So I got some patch up work to do around the bottom there. I decided to put stop leak on the top to add a little bit more weather resistance. I went through about 6 cans here. I'm going through 4 cans of Rust-Oleum. I'm gonna use my 5th can to kind of touch up some stuff and to get kind of this close finish next to the gray part here. Bought some of this stop leak spray cans. I've used 2 of it. I had 2 extra just in case I needed some touch up work. But there we go. I'll show y'all once I get done with the finish work. Howdy, I got another update on how the project's coming here. I'm working on putting a piece of metal behind the tires here where all this hole is at, and in order to get this radius, I'll show y'all a trick I got. I used a piece of copper wire. I had some tie wire, but copper wire was a little bit thicker and hold it shape better. And I just bent it around that to get the radius on the inside of the fender there. Cut the tin I had with a cutting disc on a grinder. You could use 10 snips, but this is quicker. Got that shaped around there and then riveted it in place. As you can see, I got 2 of them here. I painted the back side of them, and I'm going to paint the front side of them once I get them all in place. So I'll show y'all when that is done. Alright, I'm finally finished with this project. Figured I'd show y'all where I got done putting the metal behind the wheel wells here. It's a little bit dirty. Actually got it out for test drive. Put some reflective tape on it. Got the lights working. Spares and tires back on. And there it is. Alright YouTube, now that I'm done with that project, I figured I'd give y'all a little bit of an overview in case you had a similar project in mind for yourself. Just starting with how much time it took me. I put in 60 hours myself over my 4th of July holiday mainly, but in total there's 100 man hours in that trailer. I got the owner's kids of that trailer to help me grind on it. My granddad to come up here and grease the bearings as I mentioned that they needed in the video. But I did not have enough time to get to raise the trailer. I'd intended to raise it 6 inches and put a rain guard around the top. But I ran out of materials as well. And money-wise, I had spent $600 on material. So I came out relatively cheap. If I had owned the trailer myself, I would have wanted to pull out the boards and re-welded another metal frame in there. That would have took more capital and a lot more time. But if you were going to do this for a business, $100 an hour shop fee is typical. So I don't know if you would be able to find any people who would spend that amount of money for the amount of time that it would take to fix something like that. And even for like the wheel wells behind there where I put 10 up, I would have preferred to put up like maybe like 1/8 inch steel. That would have been definitely something that would have lasted longer. But maybe that gave y'all some ideas about how y'all intend to fix your trailers or how to straighten up some angle or such. So till next time, God bless.